man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what? To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
Gotta smooth.
All right, Made In Chafford podcast episode 221. I want to say.
I've lost track. I'll be completely
Ah,
real.
well, it's a new episode of the Made In Chafford podcast. In fact, we'll probably just stop saying that at the start. Like, we've gone past 200. What is there to say? You know. So Made In Chafford podcast. The real is back. The real is back. I am him. Himmy Neutron in the flesh. If you don't know, do your Googles. It's free for a reason. I can't keep telling you guys to do your Googles, but you know what? I will say less. Dancing, DK, watch your back. The best member of the Dark Skin Society.
Indeed.
That was a pretty clean run. I'm pretty proud of that one. I'm gonna pass it to my partner.
Cole Sanusi, Don Cologne in the building, the one and only, aka LL Coolins, aka C Note, aka Hollywood Cole.
Yes, sir.
Coming for your left there, your right ear, surround sound, smart speakers, portable speakers.
Facts.
You name it, we dare.
100.
Episode 221, apparently.
It's a guess.
Let's get it.
C-Man G45, the G solid in my name, the 45 is silent.
Come on.
Skingus Chibogwe in the building.
Dude.
Prince of the East.
Yes, sir.
Tinfoil Hat Eames.
Yes, sir. He crashed it on him. He absolutely crashed it on his head. I'm so sorry.
We're currently watching the game at the moment
I thought it was the call. That man can't stop scoring.
Yeah,
as we speak. Who's the other team? I know it's Everton versus
Burnley.
so yeah, if we are
You hear that,
at any
Iwa-
given time, then just know that
Iwobi's got the funniest
Indeed.
bar about Onana.
What is it?
She said, had her screaming out Onana when she was wearing what Amadou.
That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible.
I thought it was kind of hard.
Well, I'm a dude. Oh no, listen, man.
beautiful ball.
Fair enough.
So
Chitty,
Black
yeah.
Mamba Dove.
Frr.
Yeah, man. It's the new episode. My God is better than your God.
Yes, sir.
Just know the same God is the one that can give it. He can take it away. So always worship
Indeed.
him. Get me? So yeah, let's get straight to it, man.
Where do we want to start?
Have you ever run from your ex?
Huh?
Have you ever ran from your ex?
Nah, I'm not in the same places as them.
Have you ever run away from a woman? I can't say I have. Is it?
Yeah,
Are we talking about JM?
yeah.
Run away from me, baby.
Run away.
Listen.
Incredible. I'm really impressed. What impressed me the most? Athleticism from both parties. Because they were doing the digital dash.
Yeah.
They were running for
did absolutely
time.
well.
And very good point. She was running in heels. She was keeping up with him.
No, so there's differences. So you can run in hills, but it depends on the actual heel itself. So it's quite a thick heel, so she can run.
Oh.
Yeah, they are kind of comfortable. It depends on the height. Of the
Either
heel as
way,
well.
still impressive from her.
Yeah.
To have kept up to him. If you're wondering what we're talking about, TMZ released footage of Jonathan Majors trying to run away from his girlfriend or fiance. Not quite sure what their relation is, but this is the one that he's accused of getting into Paso with. And that video is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But I couldn't believe it when you sent it. I thought it was a sketch.
I was in tears. I mean, the thing is, there's been so many like details about this case, and now that it's gone to trial, it's been more interesting than I thought it would be. Especially for
100%.
like, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna end, but it's gonna look like both parties are gonna get done in to some extent.
He's done, by the way. Like he can say goodbye to having any career. I don't know why Megan Good's running around with him, but
you know what? He might have a saving grace in the fact that like I don't know what's true or what's not, but it looks like she has a little bit of foul play as well. So they might
where I'm at
accuse
with them,
both of them.
I hear
Subject
it.
both of them.
Where
to
I'm
some-
at with him is
Choked out a white bitch.
the situation that he's being accused for.
He choked
I
out a white
don't
bitch.
think happened.
Right.
But
Language.
I think he's done some foul shit in their relationship, and this just might be how karma works.
Right.
And you look at the text messages that them two were exchanging. That was nasty work. My man saying, "Don't go to the hospital because you know how it's going to look and the implications for me." That's an insane thing
You
to
kind
send.
of indicted yourself.
100%.
There.
And if I'm Disney, wrap the shit up, because he can't, going forward, he can't be in this anymore. It's done.
Yes, he can.
Nah, man.
Nah.
Look, if I'm $1 billion organization,
I could do what I want.
no, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
You have people that you have to abide by. If this was some middle of the road, not that popular, but you have to remember, Disney is a 4-quadrant organization. They have to appeal to everyone. There's certain risks that they just can't take and be associated with.
I think they're having to rewrite everything, rewrite their wrongs. Now, when it comes to the text messages of what was going on, yeah, it does paint Jonathan Majors in a bad situation, in a bad light. But more so, I think they're as bad as each other.
Yeah, 100.
Whereas, like, where we saw with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I think that was more so Amber Heard. But Amber Heard's still popping. She's still doing bits.
It's definitely been a stain on her career. I wouldn't say she's still popular.
Yes,
I don't think she's doing bits.
Like other people, it's always going to be a stain on their career, but they can still progress. They can still be as big as they can.
Fair enough.
I think,
but at this stage in his career,
nah, it's not done.
I'm
not saying it's not done. I'm not saying it's not done, but it's bad. But it's not done.
I think at least I'm not saying the point I'm making here is more in reference to his career with Disney and going forward and being the big bad. That I think that will be done, and I will see them pivot away from him. And I don't blame them as an organization. That makes sense. Well, we can't be associated. It's not even just this case. It's the things that have come out about him as well. There's been a real assassination on his character. Whether you agree with it or not, you've got people who have claimed to know him from drama school saying he's always been an asshole. I'm just like, I don't know that man to confirm that. But if 10 people are coming out and saying that about your main guy, and they've got some evidence, it just doesn't look good. And I'm all for it. Forget black, white, purple, whatever the man is. But
then
purple.
Wow.
I mean, his drip is purple, to be
to be honest.
Yeah.
Look, I think ultimately, I'm with you, Demi. I think his career will probably still exist, and he'll be able to do things eventually, depending how bad like this falls out. And I actually don't think it will be as bad as I initially thought it'd be.
Yeah.
But I do think, as far as him being Kang is concerned, when it comes to Disney and them man there, they don't play.
No, exactly.
So they'll either recast him or they'll wrap his storyline up. I think what they might do, and I think it would probably be more interesting, is I think they should still do the Kang dynasty.
Yeah.
Still do the movie with him, and then either kill him off or recast him during the movie. Because I think that way it kind of gives closure to the character. Like, Disney don't necessarily have to get rid of him straight away. They can, and it's probably the cleanest and easiest thing to do. But I think if it doesn't turn out too crazy for him, it wouldn't be the worst scenario for them to try and like ease him out, as opposed to being like he never happened in the first place.
That he's exclusively playing Kang.
What do you mean?
So he wrote, like, in his contract, apparently his Disney contract, he is exclusively Kang.
So they'll have to kill him then. They'll have to kill the character.
They'll have to kill him, but I think,
I mean, he's also really unlucky, because if there's one character that you don't want to play, this is the easiest character maybe in the history of mankind to recast.
Yeah.
You just say, there's a big bad version that doesn't look like all of those thousands of people that we saw at the end of Ant-Man done. So in that sense, he's pretty, I think there's only one way to say it, he's pretty unlucky.
Yeah, they'll get rid of him for
He's
sure.
gone. I see no other way to deal with the situation. And like, if I'm a Disney exec, bye, buddy.
Fair enough.
yeah, but I think with all the risks that they've taken thus far, if they truly just want to continue if they want to continue with what they planned, I think it will still be successful regardless.
I still think there's a storyline for Kang. Just recast.
No, but I still think it will be successul with him.
Nah, no chance.
I don't think
the
damage is too.
If the public perception remains this way, people are gonna cancel Disney and not watch it, because they'll be like, no, like, why would we pay Why would we pay money to go see this guy who's been accused of being an abuser?
And he did
it's
that.
not. It's not going to
Why
happen.
would I go and pay money to go and see Ezra Miller?
But nobody pays money to see that movie. The movie's out.
Did you go and see it?
I did, but listen, I did, but to Collins' point, he's right. No one.
The
paid to
movie will
see it.
tank. They're not gonna.
It didn't do well.
They won't take that risk.
No, but I think that was because of the whole DC.
Nah.
Situation.
He was a problem. Like I've never seen anything quite like that. Like
People
your
really do
main
not like
star
that, man.
is a criminal, an active criminal. I see no difference between that and having someone who's just gone out and committing murders or some shit. He was moving wild.
He was moving anti-Semitic.
Boy,
It was a different time, man. Like he can't. If you're Disney, you just can't continue. You can't go forward.
hands are tied, really.
The fact it's not even if it wasn't him, the fact that he's involved in a court case of this magnitude, there's like you don't even want that stain on your main actor, and there's not enough time because even RDJ was a terrible boy back in his day.
Yeah, it was a bad breed.
But so much by the time he'd played Iron Man, he'd done so much rehabilitation and so much time had passed. He was able to then
Reinvent his brand.
Exactly.
Reinvent himself.
Exactly. Fucking
I believe.
Thanos has a domestic violence case on
Who,
him.
Josh Brolin?
Yeah,
Is
Josh
it?
Brolin. But again, it's a similar thing of enough time had passed and
That's why I don't think his career is done per se. Like,
Yeah.
it's a shame that he's kind of blew up later in his career, but I think end of the day, like, time does heal most things, and I think eventually,
But it's what
he won't reach the
Yeah,
heights
that's
he
the
was
problem.
ever going to destined to reach anymore, unfortunately for him. But I don't think it's fair to say his career is completely like gone.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
I don't think that's the
but I
case.
think as far as because the way they were positioning him, you know how
He was the one. Yeah, they were
ready
really-
to push him to the moon. Because what's it? You know how we say there's industry plants for music. I think there is industry plants for like Hollywood and acting. And
Yeah, probably
do you know them
even
years-
more so.
Do you know them years when we see someone and we're just like, what the fuck is this guy in
He's in everything.
for?
Yeah.
I think they were ready to give him that. They were going to give him an Oscar. They were going to. He was meant to be the guy, and then this came out. So the heights that he was going to reach or could have reached, forget about it. But he's an incredible actor. Like the stuff I've seen him in, I've been incredibly impressed. So someone's still going to want to use that talent. It's just
Not going to be
what
on
heights
the
are we
V
gonna see him
mainstream
touch?
to that extent.
No,
Yeah.
no way.
Listen, man, the way they were running, or the way she was running,
That was incredible, man. I mean,
Yeah, but he wasn't running though. He was.
he was doing that light jog.
Yeah, he was pacing because physically, I know you can.
Listen, that reminded me of this day. I won't say his name, but I'll tell you, man, afterwards. And he got into a fight, and it was supposed to be a one-on-one. My man's brother was like, doing that to come in. This boy, I'd never seen it. He did the digital dash all the way from your side of Chafford to the other side of Chafford. If you live in Chafford 100, which I'm sure a lot of you know, running that
From
whole
one side to another is
distance,
crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I'd never
He
seen
was
any.
a healthy guy, and
He was.
That's what he was doing.
I'd never seen or experienced anything like that. These man said he was on the other side of Chafford, and the thing is, it's not even because I could probably run from one side of Chafford to the other now, but the pace in which he did it, I'd never seen a
incredible.
human being
Cross
go
country.
like that.
But
Cross
it was
country.
it was sad because the thing is that one-on-one
this country's crazy.
like that guy was getting. He was getting his work, innit?
Yeah.
And basically, the next thing, his brother steps in and says, "What?"
Yeah.
That's when he ran. Did you
but-
bring it up at all?
Nah, but he was saying, allow it. It's supposed to be a one-on-one.
Yeah, it was
Fair
supposed to be
play to my man. Like, he was right. It was supposed to be a one-on-one, but them man were never going to let that run. And the amount of people that hated him at that time, listen, you have to hold it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My man did a digital dash. It was very similar to what I saw occur with
Jonathan
Majors.
Sometimes,
JM.
sometimes you just got to run, man.
Sometimes you have to run. Because he smushed her a little bit, but she was in the car.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just, when you're not trying to forcibly, but you just have to smush him a little bit to get away. He created some distance. My God, get him in the league.
Could you imagine being in New York here and you just seen that occur in front of you, and you're like, "Is that Kang?" That is that is insane.
No way. And
no, but you know what? It's the other guy. It's the other guy where he wanted to start beef.
huh?
Remember when she basically goes up to these guys and then she's
Random
like, "Oh
people.
yeah, like whatever she says,"
yeah.
and then the guy says, "Oh yeah, let's try and run a fade."
Let's try and run a fade. Listen, he's had a hell of a year.
Nah, because
From when he did that, read all about it, Drip.
And said his white woman needs to be like Coretta. Listen, bro. And Michelle.
What the fuck was that?
You know what? No,
that
no,
was a
I understand what he is trying to say.
There's nothing I can hear.
No.
What did he say?
No, he's basically saying behave yourself, conduct yourself.
Like, correct. I'm gonna name 2 black women.
I mean, the examples are crazy.
Correct, Scott King is hilarious.
That's what hold it
Do
down.
you know who she is?
Yeah, but the thing is,
Do you know who Coretta Scott King is?
yeah, but I think he knows who he's gonna become and who he is today, and he's basically saying,
Hold it
"Listen,
down.
That's a correct. That's a crazy person.
But you know
to
what?
tell your girl to
But there was the one text where he's
chill.
basically,
You need to act like Tom Hanks.
bro.
You need to act like Chet Hanks.
At least it's a comparison I can feel.
See, but that's how crazy it is. Saying chill to your girl, you need to act like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. That's an insane thing.
That's crazy.
And
You could have said Meryl Streep or something. Like,
for real, Meryl Streep looks like a Future, by the way.
yeah, I've seen that picture. Listen, man, that is insane.
Coretta Scott.
No, but there's one text where there's a guy on YouTube who's called "What Do You Meme," and he was talking about that specific text, and I think that resonates with a lot of people, like the need to feel wanted in a relationship or feel valued. And like when he was explaining that text, it made a lot more sense to me, because when he just said,
What do you mean?
because there was a text where he was talking about, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna off myself," because like
Yeah, that was
I don't-
insane.
I don't feel valued. Like I'm just gonna off myself.
But I think that is
But then when he
manipulation
compared
of
the
the highest
two,
level.
no, when he compared,
Come on, bro.
No, you have to watch the video. When he
Okay.
compares both texts, he's like, "Okay, cool. This is the situation," and he's like, "I fell victim to this myself," and I think it's because it's a love language where people, they genuinely do want to feel valued and they want to be needed in a relationship. Like, I'm here, or they like, there are certain things that the communication is not just spoken by words. It's body language that obviously basically mends both of you together. And then, so in this situation, he explains it, he goes into depth. I can't sum it up in 2 minutes, but
So
like,
what's
I
it?
hear
But either I just think saying to someone,
I've heard it before though. I've heard it before in the aspect of what you're saying. And I've heard it
Okay.
before in the other aspect. But yeah,
I don't
that
think-
time I've heard it before. Nah, that was
Yeah.
wild. Because
I've heard
yeah,
that,
I think I'm
but I know-
because I can't be with you. I was like, nah, bro.
but that's it. Is that not what he's saying? Or what's he on? He's saying. Either way, it's crazy. I think.
In the interpretation that the guy said, I completely agree with that. However, I've seen the other side where it's like, bro, you're just trying to get back to your girl. That's
Yeah.
Right.
I've said, listen, one of our most popular episodes is "I Don't Want to Lose You," and I've said some wild things because I was in something and I didn't want to lose said person. But using your life as currency is insane. It just is. Like to me, I hear what you're saying and I hear what my man's saying from the video, but I just can never see that as. It's such a burden to put on someone, like especially if the relationship's done. And at that point in his life, he probably didn't need that. He doesn't need that lady. She's actually doing more harm. Them together is so toxic, and it just seems like it was doing more harm than good.
Yeah,
and look at where they both are now. Like not that he doesn't have a career, but it's massively stalled.
Yeah.
Like, the damage is done.
Even there was the one actor where he was talking about like the actor strike. I know we've spoken about the strike before, but he was talking about how like his royalty checks was 6 cents. I don't know his name, but he was talking about how poor the whole industry is and how it's just certain people, how much these guys are making off of us, and it's like, come on, you need to take care of the actors as a whole.
Right.
So with Jonathan Majors, he's probably made M's, but that M's is only gonna last him
that's it.
up until
A
next
certain
2 years, because he's gonna end up like that actor who was bagging up groceries. I think he was in the Good Times.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in the Good Times. He's bagging up groceries, and then they obviously got him a position again. I think it was 50 Cent that got him a position or whatever the case is in one of the Power universe. episodes, series, or whatever. Yeah. So, it's a real situation, man. It's a real situation out there for people, and I just think what he was trying to achieve and what happened occurred is sad on both sides.
It happened at the worst time, but we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see how this one pans out. Do you know what? I think we said it at the top of the episode, but I can see a world where Disney choose to stick by him, especially if it comes out that the thing he's actually being accused of, he gets away with. Then they might choose to stick by him. So he might be fine. He might be able to turn this around.
That kick was racist, man.
That kick was racist. He's got concussion. Get him off the pitch.
Yeah, man.
Have you guys listened to Jack Harlow and Dave's track?
Yes.
No.
I was very impressed. They're both rapping at a very high level. I think something's missing. It didn't feel as large as it should feel. Pause. It didn't feel.
Nah, you got it in time. It was alright. It's fine.
It didn't feel like this grandiose moment that I thought it was going to feel like when those two came together. But there's nothing. There's the direction they chose to take the song in. It was never going to happen. It was quite introspective. It's quite personal to them. I thought if they were going to collab, it was going to be on something a bit more
charty.
Yeah, because they could have both done it, but maybe they'll come together at a later time, and this is just the start of a musical relationship, and they will use that opportunity to make something that's a bit more charty. But I think they played it right on the whole. It's a good song. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
It's going to be my choice for today. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good track. I quite liked it. I felt like I was a bit surprised by people's reactions of Dave's verse. I feel like it was very Marmite. Some people thought it was really good and he rapped better than Jack, but then other people were saying that the verse is trash. And from my perspective, I thought his verse was all right. Like,
it was all right.
It wasn't his best verse. I can definitely say that. And there's also certain pockets where
he is
weird.
He really struggled to catch
rapping
that beat.
off beat.
That first, I want to say 8 bars.
Very
my
awkward.
God, was he all over the place? He does catch it again when he go, and then he finds a really good pocket when he goes
The go again bit.
Yeah. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah.
But there were certain bits where I didn't like where he let the beat breathe. I didn't understand
it happened
that
twice. I was
a artistic choice.
Yeah, I was
the first
confused
one
as fuck.
I got. But you're right. That second one, I was like,
right at the
what
end,
are you doing?
like your verses, it just ended out of nowhere. It was a strange. It was for Dave's ability. It was a bit of a weird verse, but I'm not gonna say it was trash.
No,
I just felt like
certainly not.
He's shown that on features he can do madness, like the song he did with Gigs, like even like just like he's shown he's of a high caliber.
Yeah,
and I feel like Jack Harlow's verse. I mean, to me, it
Jack
sounds
Harlow had
better
the
because
better
he
verse.
sounds more comfortable on the
Yeah.
beat. And his second verse was fantastic. I felt like that was really, really good. I just think, I don't know, people are giving Dave a bit too much stick, but I think it's one of them ones where if you don't like Dave, this is your opportunity to be like, I told you this guy was ass. Do you know what I mean?
I think he's at that point where, do you know what we've been saying for the last year or so?
Yeah.
Whereby once you've got to 100 songs,
What more can you talk about?
more, and I think Dave is very much at that point.
I don't know, you know.
Nah,
I don't think so. I disagree.
That Meridian song was the first bad song from him and I was like, ooh.
Which is the Meridian song again? The
I
French one.
had a dream. The one with
it's
the
French. No,
man.
No.
I'm not riding that.
You know what?
If something is bad, let's call it bad.
No. Hang on, wait. I hear you, but my thing is this: when an artist makes a song with a artist from overseas, just chalk it up as an L. 9 times out of 10, when an artist is collabing with an artist from another country, the song is gonna be shit.
I hear it, but
So
it's all shit. So this is what I'm saying. You've gotten to that point because
He's too young to have made enough many songs.
He's made, but that's not my fault that he's got. That's not my fault that he's got this huge discography so early on.
I don't think he has a huge discography.
He does. He's at the point where he's had more than 100 songs.
Yeah,
I don't
But at the end of the day, I wouldn't.
I don't think Dave has 100 songs.
He easily has 100 songs.
He has 100.
Yeah, he has 100 songs.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been out for time.
I don't think.
But the thing is, he's still young, bro.
I'm not saying that's a bad, but he's at the point now where we're gonna get bad verses and bad songs.
Yeah, but he's
And
still young.
And fair play to him. If there's anyone that's been really heavy on quality control, it's been him. Like he's worked really hard to make sure that whatever he's put out hasn't been shit. But I think we're at a point now where we're starting to see some subpar performances.
I don't think we've seen the
Right
best of
in
him
the
yet,
groin.
personally.
Right.
I think he's still
Do
very
you know
young.
what? I hear it. I agree.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't mean that we've not heard bad stuff.
No. Listen, if he's made bad stuff, I'm here to say it. I agree. Like that Religion song, I didn't like it either. My whole point is, I don't think he's at a point where he's said enough. Like he can't say any more than he's already said.
Okay. But
if that
my
makes
point
sense.
is, I think he has said enough now that I'm not surprised that we've got some bad performances. I think he's 2 albums deep now.
Yeah.
Several EPs and mixtapes. Like he's done and said enough that he's probably at that point that he's allowed, and I'm giving him the grace that he's allowed to have some of these performances. I like the fucking verse on this song with Jack Harlow, but I'm not surprised that people are running with this narrative. Thank you. That it's a poor verse. Or, he has had moments like that Meridian song that came out this year. It's just bad. That's just what it is. But it doesn't mean that he's not. He will 100% do more great things going forward. I know he will. Sprinter came out this year, so he's got enough cash in the bank to do whatever he wants for at least another year. So on the song, it's an okay performance, and I would have liked more, yes, but I'm okay with what I got. And I think also have to praise thank you. Also have to praise Jack Harlow because he did his thing.
Yeah, he was good on that.
Sorry.
I think he listened
What
to
did I say?
No, it's about.
I think he listened to our episode though. Man was telling us to not give him any advice. So
No, we
Fair
gave him
enough.
advice. He's listening. Man's listening. The
this man's
ghostwriters are working
advice.
overtime.
Listen, man. I hear him.
Speaking on ghostwriters, I think Drake needs a new set of Caribbean ghostwriters.
Well, you heard Needle with
Pull
him
up
and
the
Nicki Minaj.
Maybach and then delay that.
It sounds the
Shit.
same.
Nah, but you know what? They're all stuck in. They're
Shit.
doing 2016 dancehall.
It's rubbish.
Exactly.
It's him thinking Jay Huss is Jamaican.
Party is being.
Is Party still doing this?
It sounds like it because it
does sound
sounds
like a-
exactly the
But
same.
I'm over
Sorry.
that sound.
I think everybody's over that. Sound.
Like,
Yeah.
What my. It was great in 2016. You guys haven't reinvented it. You're literally just doing the same thing. If Needle, I don't know if you're referring to the collab with Nicki Minaj.
I'm just saying in general,
Just
but
in general,
yes, that
but
is a great example.
That
where
Needle
it's just
song,
like
my God, it was
very
it was a
consistent.
weird direction to go in. You two haven't made a song together in nearly 10 years.
And this is what you give us.
This is what you gave.
Yeah, that song's ass.
For real, dog. The album was bad.
And another thing as well, Drake doesn't sound like Drake.
How so?
It sounds
Drake
like AI.
sounds like Wayne
On what?
on all of his songs. Like when Drake first came out, you could hear like that was his sound.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, go listen to all of his go listen to the for all the dogs,
Okay.
and just think of Wayne when you hear his voice.
Okay. I'll have a think about that. I'm going to say, at this moment in time, not having gone back, I disagree. But I know that Wayne is a heavy influence on him. So that doesn't sound impossible.
Listen to
Is there a song specifically?
Brother.
Okay.
Listen to that track.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds exactly like Wayne. It's just like, oh, okay.
Fair enough.
So I want to hear Drake sound like Drake.
I don't hate the Nicki Minaj album that much. I thought it was okay.
What's the consensus online?
Mixed, but I think people are mostly happy.
Is it just Barb's? Because she could fart and then
I know.
Personally,
I think it's mostly
I
happy.
thought it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Do you know what it was?
But the bars in hell for me with Nicki, I'll be sorry.
Yeah, 100.
Like, I have no expectations of that album.
The issue with me is, if you want to talk about production, is fine.
Yeah.
Writing for the most part is fine.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't feel inventive. If this album had come out 6-7 years ago,
wouldn't be surprised.
It's the same. Like she as a person hasn't evolved. It's a similar issue to what we have with Drake.
You're right. You're very
she
right.
hasn't evolved as a person. Like, what's even going? Like, a lot's happening in your life. Like,
Talk about it.
have some introspectiveness. Your husband is a waste man. There's no other way to put it.
Say that to his face.
I wouldn't. But
That's a joke.
but he is, like, I'm sorry to say, but you've also had some great stuff happen in your life. Like your mum, that she's clear, and look, I don't know, but she's clearly also not all okay.
Definitely not.
Like,
Definitely not.
Just from some clips I'm seeing.
Definitely not.
What's
Listen
going
to
on with
Blessings.
you mentally?
I like the song called Blessings. I think that was a good track.
There's good tracks on there. She's one of the best artists
Everybody,
of all
everyone
time.
loves
She is
everybody,
the
but
best
yeah.
female rapper ever, man. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, 100. Did you like that Everybody song?
Yeah.
Oh my! I thought they were trolling.
I thought they were trolling at first, but I hear it now.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna-
can see it growing on me. Clever production.
Yeah, very
But when
clever.
I first heard it, I thought there's no way they're getting away with it. My God.
That is an incredible block.
yeah,
That is absolutely
Oh, man, like
incredible
Godfrey.
block.
We are still stuck on the phone.
No, I agree with you. The song at first, I was like, of all
I
samples.
hate, but I hate shit like that. Like, that's my worst nightmare when artists just interpolate a song.
There's a lot of songs like that on the album, though, which is annoying.
But this is what I'm saying. Her production,
Yeah, no, I
like
hate
it sounds clean.
You've
but
done it before, but-
there's no inventiveness.
Yeah.
She's not. She should be. Is that what they said about Drake recently? Like, you're looking for relevance. You are relevant.
Create
So why
something.
you trying to sound like other people? When the people come on our
because-
songs, everybody's an Uzi song.
You know why? It's
Yeah,
because
you still.
I made this statement a long time ago. It's that Drake has always looked for an extension. So Drake has really formulated his whole career on the way a business is supposed to be formulated. Like, there's the height of your career, then there's a decline.
Yeah.
And all he's done is put extension after extension after extension, and it's worked
Yeah.
significantly. Now, with all these other artists who are now in this whole microwave sort of, industry, where it's like 1 minute this person's banging, next minute this person's banging, this person's banging. Like, now it's a case where you have to put yourself in a place where it's like, okay, let me put this person on my album, make sure that I'm still relevant and I'm still extending my career.
No, I know
So
what it.
when
yeah.
you come back to the point of you are the relevant, you are the person who sets trends. That's why I think with honestly never mind, it was like, oh,
I hear it.
you know,
He tried a thing.
He tried a
And I-
thing,
he'll
and
always-
personally, I feel that it worked. And some people
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
they don't feel like it worked. So, yeah,
But do you know what? I'd respect that more than, and even to the honestly never mind thing. I think he tried a thing, but he didn't really try it. Like, people who are into house and into that genre, they'd tell you he didn't. It felt like lazy house. You know, there's more inventive ideas from that genre. That's just a criticism. But you're right. To your point, he did try a thing. He did something different, and us as fans, we've pushed him away because he probably won't try it again. He said, "Look, I did it here. You man didn't."
he needs another one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That man's gonna make a lot of music for the
Yeah, for the
foreseeable.
foreseeable.
So
500
he'll
million,
definitely.
bro. You better be sleeping.
Yeah, facts.
That man tries to say he's going away for 2 years. You're going nowhere.
Yeah, Speaking of going nowhere, I think we should end on Brother Ye. I don't really want to discuss it, but I feel like
It's an interest. It's a different angle, I guess, this time. So I'll just say I've come off Twitter just probably for the foreseeable. So I'm a little bit out the loop. I don't know what people are saying online.
Have you not seen the video? Of
The one
rap?
with Yes Jules that she posted.
Yeah.
Do you know what? No, listen. If Kanye goes into comedy, he might be the funniest person to ever
Yeah,
exist.
100%.
He might be the funny. I was crying. What did he say? She's gonna get exiled, and then she got exiled.
Start talking.
That was box office.
Yo,
Yeah.
shut up. So when
He
he
was
said
too
it,
You can't chat to people like that.
Yeah, but I'm speaking. You're talking over me.
Nah,
like,
the shots
this is
were
my
violent.
real moment. This is my real moment, and you're not. Shut up.
I mean,
Do you know what? He's just been on He's been on the chats too much, man. He sounds like 2009, and I love you. But you know what the man them that were on Illuminati YouTube in 2009? This is what he sounds like.
I was telling Eman before you came, like, I'll be so real with you. If I speak, it's just I'm like regurgitating everything I've said before.
Yeah.
And like, yes, the problem with this man is every now and then Kanye does something and eventually it comes true. Now, just because he has done that before, it doesn't mean it's always the case, because there are pockets of truth in the stuff. Some of the stuff he's saying. I'm not saying all of it. Some of it, very, very like little tidbits. But you can't now do this whole thing and then all of a sudden say, yeah, Jesus, Hitler, yay, like,
That was
or
insane.
like, fucking Drake, I love you, I'm gonna get a tattoo. But listen, I ain't. They wanted Virgil. Like, Virgil passed away, bro.
Yeah.
Why are you like? My whole thing is this: like, someone needs to tell him to stop doing this, bro. Like, I don't mind him wanting to make music because that's why we loved him in the first place. But this whole rollout is just, it's boring. He's done it so many times. Like, I'm just really sick of him trying to assassinate his character. Maybe, and he's not doing it on purpose. He just wanted to do it to rile people up because it's the Kardashian approach of creating outrage before selling a product. But someone needs to tell him, you actually don't have to do, you don't actually have to do this.
Like,
No, I think
You don't actually have to do this.
I think everything that he said on that video is correct, but it's all scrambled.
I don't think. Actually, let me go hear it over again. But I don't think.
I think 80% of the shit is saying
it's
And
nonsense.
the thing is,
bro.
no, I think majority of the things that he's saying on that video is correct,
What
but
do
it's
you agree
all
with?
scrambled.
What do you think? What's correct?
If you're a conspiracy theorist, then you would understand the aspect of the whole Zionist movement and what is currently occurring. The whole aspect of him saying Africa, speaking about Africa and how it's been recolonized and financially in debt, and you know how it's being ripped off. How there is 60 million black people in the United States currently at the moment. Okay, cool. How there's 60 million black people in the United States currently at the moment, and there's all these Jews, and how are they able to put themselves in a situation where they are well off, they are organized, but yet we are the ones who are creating culture that is basically destructive, deceiving, and just dangerous to any individual, because really and truly the hip-hop that we listen to is not that great. If we
Oh man, like
Keep going.
so
there's a dog in the building. For all the dogs.
woof. So ultimately, I think when he was speaking from that perspective, yes, it makes sense. Now, the Hitler, I think he's listened to a completely different perspective that we just don't know, and more so, it's a case where it's very deceiving because we've been told one side of history, and quite literally, we cannot turn around and try and argue another perspective. What that guy did is a madness.
Yeah.
His perspective on forgiveness, I can understand it, but brother, that guy wasn't thinking like that. He was thinking a complete different sort of path. So when you then turn around and say, yay, Jesus and Hitler, bro, that's a whole entire contradiction.
Associated with Jesus, but like
Hitler?
It's a whole entire contradiction, and I don't know. As I said, I believe it's very scrambled.
Yeah.
So once he refines his thinking,
But he's never going to. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Like,
he will never
he's
refine
just spouting nonsense into a camera, and it never goes well. He's never got his points together. Because I'm all for hearing what you have to say, and if you want to have intellectual conversation and you want to have those introspective conversations, cool. But he's not capable of putting his mind together to have those conversations.
Yeah,
That's the big issue here.
and then more so on top of that as well is the fact
He
that
really likes you.
Because we're not even talking about music.
no, it's alright, man. It's alright. It's cool. Yeah, because even from perspective of like, if you chew on my face, I'll chew your face as well.
I hear it.
So even from the perspective of like where he was speaking about like the whole being the poster boy for bipolar and things of that nature, being misdiagnosed. I understand it, but it's like, boy, listen, you're speaking to a complete different crowd where it's just like, all right, man, you're fighting me. You're fighting me.
To be fair, he actually needs to get created.
Listen, I know I look tasty, but brother, I'm not the one.
He's trying to save us from getting cancelled.
Amen to that. But yeah, overall, I think he was speaking a lot of things that did quite. If you break it down bit by bit, I think yes, he can make a great point. However, it's all scrambled.
Yeah,
and it's always going to be scrambled, and it's always going to be noise, and that's that. But the Hitler thing, I still don't see the correlation unless it's expounded in the way that it's supposed to be.
I feel like personally, an artist of this magnitude does not have to do any of this.
No,
he's Kanye West.
The snippets or that from what I heard from that thing you put in the chat. What's it called? The show that him and Ty Dolla $ign put together. Like some of the stuff.
Leave it at that.
That's all we need. We don't need the stream of consciousness. We don't need you to be doing all.
Because the music sounds good. That everybody snippet or what's it?
The everybody sample.
The everybody sample that they've got on that album is gonna go clear. I don't know, like that is incredible music. I even said the verse on that song from Kanye is arse, but
it is booty.
But I think he's at such a point that song sounds so good. It's gonna go clear. But just leave it at that. Like we're talking about and we're not talking about music.
Even his daughter's song as well.
That was arse.
Nah.
Get out. Just bless me.
Yeah.
North and Adonis are doing a mid-off right now.
Nah, yeah. I'm here for it.
Don't talk to my man like that.
No.
When you like it. That's a crazy thing to say.
Yo, I actually need to take him out, so I think we should probably wrap up.
Alright, so let's.
My song, I don't know if it is on the thing, but I'm gonna put Running by Tony Ayo.
By who?
By Tony Ayo.
Yo.
No, sorry, it's not Tony Ayo. It's Game and Tony Ayo.
My song for this week is Jack Harlow and Dave.
Stop giving me advice. My song is Hollow's CB featuring J Hus.
Oh, good choice.
They went off.
They did indeed.
Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time.
Until next time, indeed.
All right.
Look at this guy looking at me like, take me outside. I want to go.